I'll do it.
You have to do it one time. They're right there.
All right.
See, they're right in the lens. Tell them hi.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis Stevens, 3-time U.S. Olympian, Olympic silver medalist, and Renzo Gracie John Donner black belt.
And I'm Frosty, IBJJF world bronze medalist at brown belt and American and Brazilian national champ at purple belt.
And today we're talking NoGi takedowns. Love them, hate them, you gotta know them.
We're going to show you the 3 NoGi takedowns that you need to know.
Coming in at number 3 on the list is going to be a collar tie to back take. So here's what we got going on. My partner's got his lead leg forward. Okay, I got my lead leg forward. I hit my collar tie, but my partner's got my wrist so that I can't get to that leg. Okay, all I'm going to do is I'm going to step inside my partner's leg here, and then I'm going to duck. I'm going to use my head against his tricep to break the grip, and now I have my collar tie. I'm going to go right around the waist, keep him in nice and tight so that my foot can come up and I can lace his far leg. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit to the ground, pull him with me. Right here with one simple shrimp, I can throw that hook in and I'm on the back. Let's take a look at this at full speed. Taking a look at some of the troubleshooting questions and key points to focus on. My collar tie is really important. I want to make sure it's on the opposite side of his lead leg. What that means is if his right leg is forward, let's put that right leg forward, I want my right hand to be the collar tie. If his right leg is forward and my left hand is the collar tie, it's backwards. Okay, so whatever he's got for a lead leg, I'm gonna go opposite side. The next thing we got here is wrist control. He needs to be grabbing my wrist to hit this move effectively. That way I can roll my pinky up and I can hit that duck through no problem. I see a lot of guys trying to grab that wrist and force the opponent's arm open and they end up failing. It's very hard to separate my opponent's arm from his body, but when he takes control, I can guide it out and away and then break that grip to hit this. The other key point here that's really, really important is head position. When he has that grip and I step in, my head has to go to the tricep here. That way I can break the grip and he can't come around for that guillotine because I can keep looking up at the ceiling to keep his arm back there. If I bring my head into the body, he'll come around with that hand and he'll lock his grip and I'll be in a dogfight position I don't want to be in. So when we step through this position, get right to that tricep, break that grip and reach from here, leaving that space until you come around for the finish. Coming in at number 2 is going to be a Russian to an ankle pick. So what that's going to look like here is my partner is going to be posted here on my forehead and right leg to right leg, same stance. I'm going to take my left hand, my offensive hand up to his wrist. I'm going to pull it off, thumb tight into the armpit. I'm going to hold it nice and tight to the body and I'm going to start pushing my partner around the mat. He's going to push against me. I'm going to step behind his foot, push him, and then I'm going to hit my back step. Get in nice and close. Push him. And then as he goes back, I'm going to pass the foot, push him away, and I'm going to hit my straight ankle grip. My right hand is going to go right to his knee. I'm going to back up hard, press his knee to the floor, and then engage on the ground. Let's take a look at this in real speed. Taking a look at some of the key points here to get this move to work. My partner is starting with that head post. This is the first thing, is when I go for this Russian, when I pull it in, I need my thumb here tightened to his armpit where I can hold his shoulder and his watch of his wrist is on my chest. I don't want this rolled in any funny direction here, like that. I want it turned thumb up, and then I want his arm bent across my chest. This way I have full control of his body and it forces him to put that hand up and play defense. The other thing that happens to a lot of beginners is they actually change their stance. So when we take this Russian grip here, partners will change their stance and start trying to push there. When that happens, I'm not going to try to reach for that far ankle. All I would have to do is drop down and get to my single leg here since he's brought that leg so close, and I have control of his real defense here. so that when I'm in this position, okay, all I really need to do is when I see that stance change is just drive this hand up to the ceiling, get my head underneath it, and then I can lock my hands in for that single after I step behind. Okay, so that's not only something to pay attention to, but it's a great secondary move from this position. The third thing we're gonna focus on here is this actual foot when I push. So my partner's pushing on me, I'm pushing on him, and I'm ready to hit this move. The foot placement isn't so much important as much as it is that I get him moving so that that foot comes up so that I can pass it into my arm for that straight ankle. That's what's really important here. Okay, I don't necessarily care that we kick him, that I go all the way through. All I care about is I bump him, boom, pass it up, and now I catch it, and I start dragging him around the mat from distance until I'm ready to get the takedown. Coming in at number 1 is going to be an arm drag to double leg. And here's what that's going to look like. Okay, my partner's got that right foot forward stance. I have a right foot forward stance. I'm going to come out and I'm going to dominate the wrist. Okay, I'm going to grab it. I have it. I'm going to go right for my arm drag, and I'm going to push down and pull across to get that shoulder to turn and open up his belly here. Okay, so grab, pop it, and now my leg is going to jump in. My head is going to make contact with his back. I'm going to go right for the knee, right for the leg. I'm going to use my head to push his weight up here so I can lift up, step in, and then outside his leg where I can chop that knee and I can bring him to the floor. That's what we're looking to do right now. We're going to move quickly on the arm drag and in nice and tight. So let's come back over here. Right leg's forward. I'm going to dominate his wrist, and I'm going to be looking for my arm drag. I'm going to push his hand down to the mat while I pull his tricep and bicep forward to get that shoulder to roll. I'm going to hit it, and it's going to open up this side. I got that wrist, boom, and I hit him. See how he comes up on that leg, this foot's up? That's that motion I want. That first point of contact is getting his weight all on one leg. That way I can lift, replace my legs, go to the outside, block that knee, and then bring him down to the floor. Let's take a look at this in real time. Let's take a look at some of the key points here to get this technique to work. So we're in this drag position here, and the first thing we want to pay attention to is really getting that good solid arm drag, so that when I'm here, if I'm hitting this and my partner's shoulder isn't coming forward, or I'm not getting that reaction that I need, which for me indicates that his far side leg has moved. So when I hit a good drag and I pop him, I really get that opened and I'm not touching him anymore. That's really what I'm looking for, is a quick boom, and I get that step. That way I can close that space nice and quick. Okay, so my partner here can play a little bit of a defense in that scenario where he basically lets that arm kind of flop, and then I'm not really getting anything. And then what happens is when you do that and you go to hit this double, he ends up with an underhook and you shoot and you got nothing, and a lot of times you end up in a body lock style position. That's not really where we want to be, so we want to make sure we hit that drag nice and good. Okay, so from the other side here, the other thing that I see a lot of new guys making is when they hit their arm drag, they pull so hard that they forget to let go. And then they hit that double and they're like, oh, my arm is stuck. Partner turns the corner, they get dragged, and then their back gets taken. That's not what we're looking to do. Remember, I'm looking to snap and open up his body so that I can get into his legs, into his body, get to his back and expose it. We don't want to be here and then have him lock that up, shoot, and get that turned on us nice and quick. Okay, that's not really what we're going for. The third thing that we really got to focus on and make sure we do is we get that lead leg to the outside. Okay, guys, we don't want that leg coming straight up the middle. We don't want to be here pulling and then get that leg right up the center as I'm trying to blast. It doesn't feel good. It's not where you want to be. That leg has got to clear to that outside position every time. Don't let him hook that inner part of the leg. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Don't let these break falls cross he's been taken be in vain. Make sure you like, subscribe, and enjoy training at your own academy.